know I'm gonna say her name wrong because it reads as Saweetie, but I'm pretty sure it's Sweetie. I've heard of course a few of her songs, especially her most whatever her biggest songs or whatever. But she's in the news right now. She had a recent interview, and the top right there, she's saying women are running the rap game right now due to so much violence and disrespect in male music. Right, that's one piece of it. Then the second piece is her getting into it with Joe Budden due to in one of her most recent songs or freestyles, Saweetie makes a reference in one of the bars about basically her. It's like a love triangle between her and Little Baby and I'm having a damn mental thing between one of the guys from Migos, Quavo. I'm sorry, Quavo.
one of the guys who's still living.
Right. Between Quavo and basically what Joe Budden is saying, that's bad timing. To put that out, especially what and Quavo is dealing with the loss of, basically it really is his nephew, Offset, but also a member of Migos, and also Lil Baby is close to that situation as well. All Atlanta rappers, and Joe Budden is saying, she got to shut the F up. He said, did you screw Offset or not? Because
she banged Offset too?
Here you go. This thing, the bars are reference between Lil Baby and Quavo, but there are other rumors going around that she slept with Offset while he was with Cardi B and stuff like that, and those are rumors that have been going on. But in any event, it's just a bad time to put out this freestyle, and this is the point I'm making. This is why I merged these two together, is because you can't say women are running the rap game due to so much violence, disrespect, because men in the rap game, there are so many different lanes and genres, because some of the top rappers, it depends on who you ask, because some people will tell you J. Cole and Kendrick are the best rappers in the game, and they're not talking about, violence and disrespect. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some will tell you Drake is not all in violence and disrespect. So it depends on who you ask. But the thing about women in the rap game, all of y'all are just talking about screwing this man and that man and needing money to fuck this guy and that guy. Like, all y'all content are the fucking exact same. So how are y'all running the rap game because of fucking violence and disrespect when all y'all talking about is screwing this and dick size that and fucking you need money to screw this man and get flued out here and there? It's the same thing.
Yeah. No, but I mean, yeah. This statement is idiotic. This is just idiotic. I mean, because, again, first of all, I don't think men relate to women rappers in any way. Mm-hmm. Like, you may find them attractive, you may want to fuck them or watch their video because they're shaking an ass. But what man gets into any woman's bars?
No, yeah.
And again, a big part of that reason, I mean, first is just gender identification.
Yeah.
You're not going to look at life through that prism. So the number two, the other problem is what you said. Like, an overwhelming majority of popular women's hip-hop is the same lane. My pussy's wet and I want money. Mm-hmm. And that's just not, like, you're not running anything. That's just like, that's trivial stuff.
Yeah.
You'll get some women to listen to it and feel empowered by it, but it's at the end of the day, it's trivial.
And you'll get us to watch the videos.
Yeah. I'll say the same. There are lanes of rap that are on the men's side that are trivial too.
Yeah.
And there's a legitimate issue. The guys that are kind of making their career on the guns and drugs and stuff like that, that's not doing anybody any favors. And there's no secret that there's essentially like a high death toll in this,
right? Like
a real thing, So there's problems on the men's side of hip hop, and there's problems in my mind with being in that violence and drug lane. But there's enough diversity in men's hip hop that's not the only thing going on. Mm-hmm. And women's hip hop lacks diversity, and it just lacks an audience other than women.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the main thing.
And I would, again, and I hate this. I feel like I say it every week. She did that freestyle at exactly the right time for her. Because
to
it's
get talked
just
about
be
and-
talked about.
Yeah.
You know, and Joe Budden's right. If you're looking at this logically as a person of class or a person of grace in some way, yeah, I'm not going to rap about these dudes right now because they're going through something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's the point of that? I could release this a year from now.
Right.
Yeah, this is not that important.
Yeah.
You know, but you do it at this point because they're in the game and they're in the news for something bad happening. And you know, you're just going to piggyback off that, get people talking about you, and boost your miserable career.
Yeah, because now people want to hear, oh, what song is
What's
that?
what's going on with that? Yeah. And I mean, and that's unfortunately in entertainment, like that's where we are. The views are what matters. Like the streams are what matters. And so, you know, you get Joe Budden, you know, talking real about something you did that's nonsense. All that's going to be, there'll be a big chunk of people who go, oh, what did she say? Let me find that.
Yeah.
Like, let me listen. And then that all goes to her. We're just in like a very shitty time as far as that goes. Like just to me, like the irrelevant celebritydom.
Yeah.
It's not based on talent. It's not based on merit. It's just based on being an asshole.
And I don't really see an end because I don't see like, I don't know another avenue because this is the easiest avenue for them. It's easy pickings.
As long as people are still triggered to behave by these statements, and we are such an idiotic bunch of people that we're triggered by this stuff. I mean, the politicians use it, the advertisers use it, and then like the pseudo celebrities use it. Like let me just stir it up. It's important. The only thing is views and whatever that matter. So if I say something stupid or controversial or provoke somebody to look at my website or listen to my song or watch my movie. I mean, the crazy irony is how many people watch that Hebrews to Jews thing.
Yeah, after
that didn't know it existed before Kyrie.
I had no idea.
That's what I'm saying.
I had no idea.
Like, I would love to see the numbers on how much, what's the viewership of that particular piece.
Now that guy is he's on like a damn podcast tour. He's like, and it's been out for like a long time. It's been out for a while.
It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it probably was just like circulating around at a very low level.
Yeah.
It was whatever. And then the Kyrie. It's not even that like the tweet, but then everything that happens after it, people are like, oh, what is in this thing? Let me check it out.
This is kind of a branch, and I kind of just want to talk about it briefly as well, but it's kind of a branch to another thing. I had shared on Instagram I saw a clip of Charleston White, a guy who says a lot of, things that gets people going on social media. But anyway, he was in an interview and he was talking about how the guy asked him, he phrased it as the white man giving these artists money to talk about violence, drugs, or in Saweetie's case, stuff that she just shouldn't say. They're encouraging these rappers to do that, and giving them a lot of money for it. And what Charleston said is it ain't the white man, it ain't the record labels. That's what they're saying. That's behind them. That's behind it. It's the artist. Like it's your choice. Like it's her decision. She can choose whether she wants to put that lyrics down. She wrote those lyrics, or in a lot of women's cases, a lot of other guys are writing these lyrics. But anyway, you choose what lyrics you want to take and what you want to do, and in a lot of cases, you're writing these lyrics. Like so. You are in control of that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just blame the fucking record labels and things like that as well. It's on these people, man. It's on these artists.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it is coming both ways, though. It is coming both ways. I mean, there's an incentive.
It's an incentive.
Like labels are looking for artists. They're looking for things that and they know if this person sells, like with the whole pussy music. Yeah. It's like literally whatever. However we want to credit starting it, Nicki Minaj or whoever, it's like, well, that sells. Like we'll look for the next person who does this, and so they're offering deals and whatever.
They are, but it's also still on us.
But you, as an artist, you have to have some integrity. You have to have something that says, what am I okay with?
Yeah. And
if you will just go along with the direction you're led, you're a sheep and you're a whore. Because you're just doing it for money.
Yeah.
You're not. There's no art in a lot of this music.
And let me say this briefly, because you made a great point about, of course, gender based. A lot of these women, female rappers, a lot of the biggest base and biggest fans are going to be women. And a really dope artist in Rhapsody, and I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing the name a little bit wrong, but she's a really dope female artist. She doesn't talk about pussy, 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 and coochie, 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 and paying this and wet and this and that. She has real bars and stuff like that, but she's not as mainstream as these other big female artists, and that's because a lot of the women don't listen to her. They rather listen to the City Girls and Saweetie and Cardi B. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's on them. Yeah. So you can't get mad at people like us or other people who talk about, well, all the female rappers talk about this and that, because y'all won't get behind people who are really talking about, the women who have real music,
And it's so complicated because I do feel like, I understand the point that Charleston White making about the record companies or whatever, but I also feel the same way with a lot of the media. It's like a lot of people will sit back and say, oh, the media is just screwing this up, screwing that up. And they do play a part. But we as individuals, as consumers of content, we're playing a part too.
We do.
Are we responding to every dog whistle, and like, oh, what's going on with this? Or can we get mature enough to just ignore some nonsense and not jump every time a whistle's blown? And that's a big part of it. We can, and again, it's like a two-way thing. If people stop reacting to bad music and stupid takes in social media, like suddenly that's not as profitable because it's not drawing views.
Exactly.
It's a grassroots way to address the problem. Or again, you say, well, what is the filter in the media or the record company? Do they have some objective other than making money? Do they have some moral compass that's like, hey, I don't want to just promote this music. I think at the end of the day, the music's shit and there's better stuff out there, and I'd rather be associated with the better stuff. Well, if they have to take a financial hit on that, most time people say no, thank you.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. I mean, everybody has a price, and that's why we have so much stupidity.